Hi students, today onwards you are going to learn a new chapter, that is algebra. Okay, so 11th chapter in your textbook, what is the algebra? Okay, in this chapter you are going to learn about what is an algebra, what is a variable, constant, how the expressions are formed, how the mathematics patterns. Okay, right. So before going to start that, you have to know what is an algebra. Okay, in mathematically we have the arithmetic operations. What are the arithmetic operations? You know very well about? Yes, exactly. Addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Division. What is the symbol for addition? Symbol for addition is a plus, subtraction, minus, multiplication, into, and the division symbol is divided by. So these all four are the arithmetic operations. What are they? These are the arithmetic operations. So using these arithmetic operations, we solve many problems, various problems we solved using these arithmetic operations. So that means in algebra, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay, not only these operations, we use some variables x, y, z, and some constants also. Okay, so in addition to arithmetic operations, variables and constants is called the algebra. So in this algebra is nothing but it is the branch of mathematics. Using this arithmetic operations, we can solve the many problems. Not only that, in addition to variables and constants. Okay, so here what is a variable? Variable means that can vary. Okay, it is not having the fixed value. The values will change. And what about the constant? Constant is nothing but fixed values. Variables means values will change. Suppose it is having 1, 2, 3, so like that we can take any variable, not only x, we can take the y, z, or l, m, n. These all are the variables. So that variables having the not fixed value. That variables can vary. Okay, fixed values means we can say that constant. Constant is nothing but they have the fixed values. How the algebraic expressions are formed? So how the algebraic expressions are formed? So what did I say? Algebra is a branch of mathematics. Okay. The expressions are formed. How? Means suppose I think of a number. Okay. I think of a number and add 15 to it or 5 to it, and the result is added to 80, and final I get is 72. Okay, so here the statement I given, I think of a number and add 5 to it, and the result is added to this expression, and final I get the 72. So do you know what I thought? So which number I think here? So which number do you know that? For that I used here the symbol. I think of a number, for that to that number added 5. Okay, and again the result is to that result added 18. Final I get the result is 72. Okay, so in this algebra, instead of for this symbol, we can use the variables. We can use the variables. We can use the variables. I think so. At that time, we don't know that number, so we have to consider. We use the variables. So like that, the expressions are formed. It is an algebraic expression. How the algebraic expressions are formed means it is having the variables and arithmetic operations and constants. Okay, so how the algebraic expressions are formed? Algebraic expressions are formed by the combination of variables, constants and arithmetic operations. Like that, the algebraic expressions are formed. Okay, what are the mathematics patterns? Suppose if you want to form the C letter, so how many mathematics will required? If you want to form the letter C, how many mathematics? Here 1, 2 and 3. 3 mathematics will required. So like that, if you want to form the 2 C's, how many mathematics will required? So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If 3 C's, so how many mathematics will require? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So like that, if you want to form a number of C's, so there, what is the pattern? Here observe here 3 for 2 C's. How many mathematics will require? 6. Like 3 C's means 9 mathematics will require. That means 3 after. If you want to form the 2 C's, it becomes double. That is 3 becomes the double. 3 2's. Again 3 3's. 3 9's. So it is the thrice of the given number. So the pattern is here 3 C's. 3 C is the pattern. Okay. So in this introduction class, we have learned what is an algebra. Algebra is the branch of mathematics, and the variable is it has the not fixed value. The value can vary. Constant means it has the fixed value. Okay, now? So how the expressions are formed? So what is algebraic expression? Algebraic expression means it is combination of variables, constants and arithmetic operations. And what are the patterns? How using the mathematic how the C's or F patterns will form using the mathematics. This all you learn. Okay children, now take your notebooks and textbook, keep heading algebra, chapter 11 algebra and exercise 11.1. So 11.1, take your textbooks now. Okay, so see first question, find the rule which gives the number of mathematics required to make the following mathematic pattern. Use a variable to write the rule. Okay, so what you have to do? You have to find the rule. Rule you have to write, use number of mathematics to make the following mathematic pattern. So use a variable. You have to use the variable. So here first one a pattern of letter T. What is the pattern for letter T? Okay, so T is a pattern. So if you want to make it T letter, how many mathematics will require? So one horizontal and one vertical. So total 2. Okay, so like 2 T's. How many mathematics? Same way. So that is 1. So similarly next to 2. So that means for 1 T you will require 2 mathematics. 2 T's you will require 2. So total, that means 2 T's means total 4. Okay. So then the pattern is very good. 2T or 2N. You can use any variable. Like that, a pattern of letter Z. So what is the pattern for Z? Z. How many mathematics will require here? 1, 2, 3. So that means 3Z. I am using the variable here Z. You can use any variable. So next pattern for letter U. So letter for U. So what is that pattern? How many mathematics will require to make the letter U? So letter U means 1, 2, 3. Then total 3. Very good. So next pattern of letter V. So letter V. How many mathematics? 1, 2. That is 2V. Next pattern of letter E. So how many mathematics will require to make the letter E? So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 5 E. What is the pattern for E? 5E. Similarly, to make the letter S. So how many mathematics here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 yes. Similarly, G, a pattern of letter A. So what is the pattern for the letter A? So how many mathematics? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6. This is the pattern of letters A using the matchsticks. Okay, come to the second one. We already know the rule for the pattern of letter L, C and F. Some of the letters from the question 1 given above gives us some same rule as that given by L. Which are these? Why does this happen? Okay, so we already know what are the rules for the T, Z, U, V, E, S, A, right? So the patterns of letters L. So do you know what is the pattern for letter L? So to make the letter L, so how many matchsticks will require? Exactly 2. 2 matchsticks required. So let's see how many matchsticks will require. How many matchsticks will require here? So last previous before that I told so how many matchsticks will require to make the letter C? 3. So like that F how many matchsticks will require? So 1, 2, 3. So that is here 1, 2, 3. So that 3. Some of the letters from question number 1 give us same rule as that given by L. So what is the pattern for L? 2. Yes. Which are these? So like 2 pattern. Which letters are formed? Which letters are following here? Which letters in the question number 1? Exactly. This T letter and the V letter. Remaining all are 3 pattern, 5 pattern and 6 pattern. Okay. So what is the answer here? What is the answer? So that is T and V are having the same pattern. Why? Means this is the pattern of 2, T and V. To make the pattern of, to make letter T, so we need 2 matchsticks. So like that here also same. L will make L to form the letter L. We need 2 matchsticks. Like similarly T and the letter V requires 2 matchsticks. Okay, so come to the third question. Cadets are marching in a parade. There are 5 cadets in a row. What is the rule which gives the number of cadets? Given the number of rows, use n for the number of rows. Here, understand clearly. Cadets are marching in a parade. In a parade, so cadets are there. Okay. How many cadets? Okay. Here given there are 5 cadets in a row. In a row, 5 cadets are there. What is the rule which gives the number of cadets? Number of cadets, do you know? Don't know. But in a row, how many cadets are there? 5 cadets are there. Then what is the rule for that? What is the pattern? Can you tell me the rule of number of cadets in a row? Total number of cadets? So, but here you have to use the number of rows n. You have to use n for the number of rows. Number of rows not given, but in each row 5 cadets are there. Then what is the rule? Exactly 5n. Okay, so write that one. The third question. So write in your notebook. Let the number of let n be the number of rows. Already given n is the variable. Let n be the number of rows. N be the number of rows. Number of cadets in a row. Number of cadets in a row is, you know how many cadets are there? 5. Then total number of cadets we need. Total number of cadets. Total number of cadets is equal to number of cadets in a row into number of rows. Number of cadets in a row into number of rows. Number of cadets in a row, how many? 5 cadets. Number of rows are n. Then what is the rule? 5n. Total number of cadets rule is 5n. Like that we can find the total number of cadets in a row. Okay na children? Right. Next copy that fourth question. Enter in your notebook. Okay, right. If there of boxes. Use B for the number of boxes. For the number of boxes, we have to use variable B. Do you know number of boxes? Don't know. Okay, we have to use B variable. If there are 50 mangoes in a box, in a one box, how many mangoes are there? 50. 50 mangoes are in a box. How will you write the total number of boxes in total number of boxes? How will you write? Do you know the total number of boxes? We don't know, but we know that the variable we have to consider B. But the number of mangoes in a box 50. Then what is the rule? 50 B exactly, right? Same procedure. Write the answer. First, let B for the number of. Let B for the number of boxes. Okay. Let B for the number of boxes. Number of mangoes in a box. Number of mangoes in a box is equal to how many mangoes? 50. We have to find the total number of. What we have to find? Total number of mangoes. Total number of mangoes is equal to, okay, number of mangoes in a box into exactly number of boxes. Okay, number of mangoes, there is 50 into number of boxes here, B. Then what is the rule? 50B. 50B. Right. Okay, next to see, fifth question, same procedure I explained you. You have to do this one homework. The teacher distributes 5 pencils per student. Can you tell how many pencils are needed? Given the number of students, yes. Use the S for the number of students. So for the number of students, use the letter S. Okay. Here, teacher distributes per student how many pencils? 5 pencils. Okay, na? Can you tell how many pencils are needed for the total number of students? Number of students we don't know. You have to assume S. Be the total number of students. If the teacher distributes 5 pencils per student, like the number of students means how many pencils will needed? Exactly 5 into S. 5 into S. Suppose S means 10 students. 5 into 10. 12 students. 5 into 12. Like that. 5 into S is the rule. Okay, na children? So this one you have to do as homework. And the sixth one, see, a bird flies in 1 kilometer in 1 minute. Can you express the distance covered by the bird in terms of its flying time in minutes? A bird flies 1 kilometer in 1 minute. In 1 minute, the bird flies how many kilometers? 1 kilometer. Can you express the distance covered by the bird in terms of flying time in minutes? In minutes. 1 minute to 1 kilometer it flies. For flying time you have to consider t. Then can you what is the distance? Speed is equal to distance into time. Then 1 kilometer is the distance and time is t. Then what is the rule? 1 into t. Very good. So t kilometers, that is the answer. You do that one homework. Okay, right. So right, you can write in your notebook. Okay, I will explain on the board. First, let t minutes be the flying time. T minutes be the flying time. So distance covered in 1 minute. Distance covered in 1 minute is equal to how much distance it travels? 1 kilometer. Okay. Distance covered in 1 minute is equal to distance covered in 1 minute is equal to distance covered in 1 minute into flying time. Flying time. Okay, so 1 minute how much distance kilometers. Okay children, these all are very easy how to do. So right, seventh question. Radha is drawing a dot rangoli, a beautiful pattern of line joined dots with a chalk powder. She has 9 dots in a row. How many dots will her rangoli have for our rows? How many dots are there if there are 8 rows, if there are 10 rows? If there are 8 rows or if there are 10 rows. Okay, do you know how many dots in a row? How many dots in a row? 9 dots in a row. Okay, na? How many dots in a row? 9 dots. Number of rows are. How many dots are there if there are 8 rows? So for that you have to write. If there are 10 rows means in number of rows are in one row 9 dots are there. 8 rows means 8 into 9. 10 rows means 10 into 9. Okay, so that is the answer. Right here. So the number of dots in a row. Number of dots in a row is 9. We don't know the number of rows. Number of rows are R. Okay, we have to find the number of dots in row. Number of dots in R rows. R rows. R rows means number of dots in a row into number of dots in a row into number of rows. Number of rows. Okay, number of dots in a row 9. Number of rows R. Then total 9 R. Okay. Similarly, number of dots in 8 rows. Number of dots in 8 rows. 8 rows means 8 into 9. Total 8 times are 72 dots. Similarly, if number of dots in how many rows? 10 rows. 10 rows means 10 into 9. 10 into 9. So already rows given 10 rows. 10 into 9. 9 rows means 9 into or 8 rows means 8 into 9. Total 10 nines are 90 dots. 90 dots. Okay, right. 8th question. Leela is Radha's younger sister. Leela is 4 years younger than Radha. Can you write Leela's age in terms of Radha's age? Leela's age, Radha's younger sister. Okay, so how many years younger than Radha? Leela 4 years. Younger means you have to take minus. Okay, na? Right. Minus? Yes, exactly. So you have to write this age in terms of x. Okay, consider Radha age x years. Suppose Radha's age x years. Leela is Radha's younger sister. That means how many years? Younger 4 years. 4 years means x minus 4. What is the answer? X minus 4. This one also you have to do. 9th one. Mother has made laddus. She gave some laddus to guests and family members. Still 5 laddus remain. If the number of laddus mother gave away is L, how many laddus did she make? Mother has prepared some laddus. She given some laddus to guests and family members. Even though some laddus left, that is how many laddus are remaining? 5 laddus. Then total laddus mother gave away is L. From suppose if you consider total laddus are L. So after distributing the laddus to all the family members and guests, how many laddus are remaining? 5 laddus. Then how many laddus did she make? Can you say the rule? Exactly, L plus 5. L plus 5. That is the pattern. Okay. So this fourth, which one I given homework? 5th question, 8th question, 9th question. You have to do yourself. 5th question, 9th question and 10th question. So the exercise 11.1, page number 227. Solve these problems yourself. These are the homework. So remaining problems I will continue in the next class. Until then, bye students.